So the piece that I'm sharing with you today is titled Masterpiece, and it is basically talking about the responsibility and the beauty that Christian creatives have in terms of sharing the love of Christ with others, and how we have to be mindful of the seeds of doubt or fear or confusion that can kind of make its way into, our garden and keep us from being able to create and be the person that God has called us to be for other people, and show the love of Christ to other people the way that He initially intended for us to do. And so this piece is basically fleshing out those toxins and basically talking about how as Christian creatives, we have to be mindful of those things that would try to come in. And we have to remember that we are called for a reason. We are in this generation at this time for a reason, and that we must use our voice to help the generation to shed light on God's love, to shed light on God's grace and mercy, and not allow doubt or insecurity to keep us from doing so, because He has given us these gifts for a reason, and now it's time to share it with the people who needs to hear it the most. Hope you enjoy. How dare you think that you don't have something of value to say? Since when did your mind begin perceiving my handcrafted masterpiece this way? Do you know how much time I devoted to you? Hand-picking each component like flowers from the garden of my heart, I decided what I wanted to sprout inside of you to create the very essence of who you are. Your identity, your special formula was formulated with care, a mixture in which no man or woman could ever compare. Love that pumps with every heartbeat, joy that overflows like a waterfall into a beautiful sea, creativity that breathes life into every living thing, compassion that warms and comforts every living thing. Each component added was to add to the limited edition that is you. In each encounter, you add an addition to anyone who is able to witness this profound and complex you. Your blood transfused from my bloodline shimmers like a ruby through each vein down the bloodline, saving lives as my blood renews and restores through every IV line, as you share the blood with every daughter and every son. The very essence of who you are is what is seen in me. So go out into this world and share it for all to witness, all to experience, all to see. With each word spoken, it will miraculously open deaf ears. Like a healed blind man, they would be able to receive your 2020 message so clear. Each word that rolls off your tongue unlocks the doors of hearts that were previously locked shut, fueled by the wind of my spirit blowing away the cobwebs and filling up portions that were previously untouched. If you are questioning if what you have to say is important in this day and age, ask yourself, what have you digested? Who gave you that new name? For confusion is not the name that I gave you, nor was fear. So who has been planting those seeds of doubts in your overly receptive ears? Confusion and fear is like a disease infesting every inch of your body until you can't breathe, stifling natural rhythms and creativity until there is nothing left but the corpse of who you used to be. Falling victim to the carelessly thrown seeds, my garden no longer sprouting with beautiful nourished roses, but now home to dried, ugly weeds. Just an empty, desolate wasteland of what used to be overflowing with flowers and trees. So tell me, who planted those seeds? It was not I, the maker of the heaven and the seas, for everything I touch comes to life, everything I touch breathes. So I implore you to give back the gardening tools to me, as I plant seeds of Isaiah 43:19, previous wastelands were turned into overflowing streams, as I pluck and tear every self-destructive weed and replant your seeds of identity that will crack and sprout the very essence in which you were originally created for you to be. Who you are is what my world needs. Words need to breathe into the people who are hyperventilating from a lack of vitamin me. Trust that I will give you the words to speak. At the last hour, my second wind will breathe into the nostrils of every Adam and Eve. As I use you to bring others to life, you will witness what I see, the beauty of the process as I create my handcrafted masterpiece.